Hello, I'm Bowler. She's Goggles. And today we're going to be doing Chapter 2 of our delightful fan fiction. Which, yeah, God, I hate you all.
I still love you.
It's because you're a whore. Anyway, yeah, so let's dig right into Chapter 2.
Disclaimer, I own nothing but the fic. Well,
Not
obviously.
even a brain. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. The one for B.
Prowl woke up from a nightmare and was panting. Right, I'm home, Prowl whispered as he remembered. Still, the nightmare was fresh in his mind.
Because when I wake up from a nightmare, the first thing I go is very loudly say, I'm home, everybody!
First thing I do is I hop on Twitter and just kind of Twitter feed, hey guys, I'm still here!
Existed. When Prowl arrived on the scene, the thing was attacking B. This is in italics, so I think it's a nightmare. He threw his shuriken at it, but it dogged.
And attacked him instead.
Yes. Dogged. God. Whatever. Prowl tried to get a good grip on it. On what? On the thing? On his shuriken? On his hand?
The almighty
on his sanity? What? What? Okay. But the thing wouldn't let him. Whatever it is, he can't get it. He managed to disable his ped's ab servos.
Arms and legs.
And then went back to Bumblebee. Get away from him, Prowl screamed, but the creature only sneered at him. As soon as it was close enough, it raised its tail and struck Bumblebee at its spark chamber. As Bumblebee's colors faded, Prowl screamed, "No!" This is Rubert, by the way, is my dog. No! Anyway.
Prowl was reassuring himself the bee is still alive and that he is safe. He decides to get up and try meditating for a while.
I love meditating. I love it. It's sort of like hockey mixed with baseball.
It's also my favorite Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Meditat-tat. Meanwhile, Ratchet had managed to stabilize B. He'd also managed to spell stabilize wrong. And would have him on the road to recovery in a few weeks. Ratchet then went to Optimus. He's alright for now, but he'll need help for at least a month. Optimus replied, that's good news. Have you seen Prowl lately? Haven't seen him since he went to his room. I could tell he was worried about the kid. Optimus looked
at Ratchet in surprise. That's quite something else. I mean, it's not like him to be so concerned. Ratchet nods. I assume that is because he's gotten gotten used to Bumblebee and wishes to see him have a life.
I love to see people have a life. This is my favorite thing to do. By the way, Optimus says, do you know what attacked Bumblebee? Yes and no, Ratchet replies. It ain't organic, it's Cybertronian.
How do you know that?
Cybertontian, actually.
How do you know that?
It doesn't even say it ain't organic, it's Cybertronian. It says it ain't organic, it's Cybertrontian.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
What? That can't be right. It wasn't a Decepticon, and there hasn't been a sign of neutrals on this planet. Optimus said, shocked. It's not like that. It was one of the reptilian creatures that we back on Cybertron ran across during the Great War called Cyber Dragons.
Let that sink in, audience. This story has Cyber Dragons.
Cyber Dragons.
This is either going to get awesome or stupid. My guess is stupid. Yeah. Okay, Cyber Dragons, Optimus asked. He had heard of them back in the academy. I imagine heading is like reading, but, you know, with more H's. Yes, though none have been seen since the war ended. So the question is, why are they here and now?
Meanwhile, Bulkhead was painting. He just couldn't get to recharge. He was still worried about Bumblebee and sorry he was here earlier to play, but she had to go home due to everyone being busy and Prowl and Bumblebee in Medbay. He sighed. He really hoped Bumblebee will be alright.
With Prowl, he had given up on meditating. Because, you know, Pokemon's kind of boring after the first hour.
Yeah.
And because every time he saw Bumblebee dying. Well, that's a very shitty DS.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have a glitch in it or something.
He decided to go see Ratchet and see how Bumblebee is faring.
When he arrived at the med bay, he saw Bumblebee lying on a medical berth. He goes over to him and whispers, please be okay. Prowl unknowingly had grasped Bumblebee's hand. Then Ratchet came in. Ratchet takes in the silence, but does not comment. He cleared his throat for attention, though.
What
That's a comment.
Does Prowl... Yeah, that is a comment. But does Prowl, like, does his arm suddenly become possessed? How can you not notice when you physically take someone's arm?
Prowl has...
Oh god! It's trying to remove my spark. It's possessed by Mega.
Prowl's arm is like severed and has like replaced it with Liquid Snake.
With Liquid Snake. Yeah. Clearly.
Taking over his mind.
Oh god. Okay, Prowl nearly jumped out of his armor, which isn't possible for an Autobot, so that was pretty jumpy. And he turned to Pratchett with an amused grin.
Terry Pratchett, would you show up?
Sorry, I meant to say Ratchet. Sometimes I say Pratchett because I'm stupid. Anyway, he nearly jumped out of his armor and he turned to Ratchet with an amused grin. Why would he turn to Ratchet with an amused grin? Or is it trying to say he turned to Ratchet who had an amused grin on his face?
Pretty sure it's Ratchet had the amused grin.
Well, then you need to make that clearer. Never thought I would startle a ninja bot, Ratchet said as he chuckled. Prowl decided to ignore that and asked, "How's B doing? Will he be alright?"
Ratchet frowned. "It depends, I'm afraid. He should have nightmares and trauma from this. You will also require help to move him around for at least a month."
Ratchet's not a psychiatrist. Why would he be commenting on the mental trauma?
Also, why does he need help for at least a month to move around?
Yeah, I don't know. Also,
They're robots.
They're robots. You know, Ratchet would make a crappy psychiatrist, wouldn't he?
Yeah. He just wouldn't care.
Stop crying! That's my advice! Oh my god. Anyway,
like, it's called exposure therapy!
Ratchet then smiled. He will make a good recovery, though it'll probably, that's whatever. Probably be a few days until he wakes up. Prowl nodded, glad that Bumblebee would be alright. Ratchet, is it alright that I stay here? Prowl asked. It's okay. Be careful around him, Ratchet said as he went to his office.
Okay, I'm just gonna carry all these knives around with me around here.
Be careful around him like he's gonna start juggling chainsaws.
Yeah. He's like practicing on his unicycle while
Prowl, I don't think you need to tell him to be careful. He's like mostly careful.
Prowl is the most careful one of the team.
Everything he does is careful and calculated. That's
that's
what
shtick.
Hold on, let me go get my my flesh-eating plant, or sorry, metal-eating plant, and just bring it in here next to the
go get my pet Scraplet.
I'm gonna get some cosmic rust and just shake it around, toss it around. It's in a container, but it's an easily breakable container.
Yes.
Alright. Anyway.
Prowl then turned his attention back to Bumblebee. "I really hope you can bounce back, Bumblebee. I don't want to see you scared over this," Prowl whispered. He did not know why he said that. He wonders why he wants to be close to Bee. He slowly slipped into recharge, nightmareless this time.
Because bots aren't people, and recharge isn't sleep. They don't slip into it. They specifically go into recharge mode. I guess they could collapse if they don't recharge, but that's them collapsing.
They're like forced into it.
Yeah, more importantly, they're not going into recharge. They're collapsing. You don't. I don't know if they have dreams. I guess they do because they had dreams that one time.
Yeah.
In the show, so I guess they do. Also, Prowl mentions dreaming about being human at some point. So. And guys, I swear I'm not just suddenly switching to another chapter. This is exactly what happens. At a lake, a cyber dragon saw Prowl and Bumblebee in the water. He snickered at this. "Well, this is going to be better than I thought. I see, this is going rather quickly when you are going to send it." "When are you going to send it?" another asked. "In the morning, while we were waiting. Let's see what else is up." The image in the lake changed. Cliffhanger! So I guess they're psychic or something. And they're looking in the water and it's like a crystal ball. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Help me! Help me, Who! Your fluff does nothing.
It has no effects.
Okay,
I think it's better than last time.
I'll read it then.
Anyway, I think it's better than last time. Be sure to tell me how I did. I got Jet Twins in the reviews. I will consider it. I don't know if I will use them, but thank you. Come on.
If any of you want someone to compete for Bee's Spark, let me know.
Bee gets all the mechs.
Bee's milkshake brings all the mechs to the yard, and they're like, "It's better than yours." They're right, "It's better than yours." He could teach Blue, but he'd have to charge. Anyway, so yeah. Thoughts?
Why is Sorry not helping fix Bee immediately with her key?
Space dragons.
The entire thing would be just done.
Space dragons. More importantly, why is Sorry here?
Yeah. Good question.
Why did she even appear in this fic at all? If they just never mentioned Sari, then we probably wouldn't have thought of her.
Like, it would...
Or at least it might imply that this is, like, when they're not on Earth or something.
Or something happens where, like, she's not around.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna have her in there, at least give some hackneyed attempt to, like, cover up that Sari's key is not gonna be able to fix it.
And about the whole fixing him thing, I realize that they're made of living metal.
Robots don't work that way, though.
But I've never seen an indication that living metal can heal. I mean, they're not people. They don't heal, which means the only reason after a major trauma that someone, like a human, would need help moving around for a month is because their cells are reproducing, you know, so that they can repair their body. In other words, they're healing. Robots don't do that. They go to a medic, and the medic fixes the problem by replacing their parts. So there's no reason that I can think of that B would need help getting around. Ratchet should either be able to fix him, or he should be permanently injured. But a temporary injury just doesn't make any sense.
Also, why would he have trauma just after that?
Mental trauma.
Like serious mental trauma.
Because he got attacked by a sky dragon. Although they're almost killed like a lot,
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe these are like maybe these are like Cthulians, so like you go insane. Yeah, you just go insane from just seeing them.
Don't stare into its eyes.
No, don't fall into forever. I don't know. More just this fanfiction writer needs to stop writing them like they're people. I mean, maybe I overthink the fact that they're robots sometimes, but she's underthinking it. She's not considering that robots don't slip into recharge and that they don't heal. That, you know, they're robots, and if you're writing a fic about robots, you need to treat them like they're robots. If you want to do a human AU, that's fine, but
yeah.
If you're gonna write them about robots, then do robots. We like robots.
And this is a problem with this entire fic, is that there's no real description about anything, like serious description about what's going on.
We're just like Shrug Times.
Like, I don't know what they're up to.
I have no idea what a cyber dragon looks like.
I don't know.
I don't know if it looks like a dragon or if it looks like something else and it's just called a dragon.
It said it's a lizard, giant lizard. And also, minor note. So in the first one, it said something like in the first chapter, it says something about it being an organic lizard. And then now it's not organic, it's Cybertronian.
Well, according to his prime, there's biology. Okay, I'll shut up. Anyway, yeah, it's... Well, I could even accept that, because maybe, like, they thought it was an organic lizard, but then it wasn't. I don't know.
I guess, but that's kind of the same as, thinking that Grimlock is a real dinosaur.
Well, unless they're techno-organics, because when what's-her-name, when Black Arachnia turns into a spider, she looks like a giant spider.
Yeah.
But they're not techno-organics, they're Cybertronians.
They're just Cybertronian.
So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, douche, robot.
I don't know, I wouldn't mind the plot holes. Also, just more of that... Why does Prowl still not get it? Like, why is everyone reacting so oddly to Prowl being concerned about Bumblebee, and why is Prowl acting so oddly? Like, none of the characters and how they interact with Prowl are written in character.
Yeah.
Also, Bulkhead and Sari are B's closest friends. B is possibly dying. Why are they not in the med bay? Yeah. Oh, that's right, because they're not spark mates. But, you'd think Bulkhead wouldn't be painting, because I don't know if anyone here, if anyone watches this, who actually, like, draws or anything, but when you're that freaked out, like, if a family member is dying, you're a little bit too stressed to be sitting there going, no, painting, dude.
Yeah, it's actually pretty hard to start just drawing stuff unless you get struck with it when you're, freaking out about someone dying.
Yeah, and then Sari's just there for, like, 5 minutes, but she had to go home because everyone... If B was in the med bay, Sari would sit there with him.
Yeah. Ratchet would be kind of like, grumble, okay, but you need someone to watch over you. But
I actually don't think he would be. In animated, Ratchet pretty much trusts Sari by the end.
True.
It's not like the Ratchet in Prime who, like, only sort of trusts Raph after, like, a while.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He, like, begrudgingly accepts that the others show up.
But yeah, just my advice to this reader, get an editor, definitely. But just try to write them more in character. I know that's hard. And please drop the why am I doing this subplot. It's really dragging this down. Okay. I guess that's all.
Yeah.
So I am Bueller.
You're Bueller.
Bueller. I am Bowler. And she And we are done. Bop.